Is rap music a bunch of kids drinking lean and being... Yes, but it's also a form of poetry and storytelling that artists use to express themselves, often referencing and even analyzing the greatest thinkers throughout history. On No Church in the Wild, Jay-Z invokes a classic philosophical problem from Plato's
Euthyphro.
Is pious pious because God loves pious? Socrates asked whose bias do y'all seek? This refers to the
Euthyphro
dilemma, where Socrates asks whether something is good because the gods love it, or if the gods love it because it is inherently good. This has long been a fundamental question in ethics and theology. Does morality exist independently of divine command, or is it dictated by divine will? Jay-Z repurposes this question to challenge organized religion's authority, essentially asking whether religious beliefs are independently righteous or simply deemed so by institutions of power. Jay-Z's connection with Plato is personal as well. He has explicitly compared himself to Plato and Biggie to Socrates. The idea here follows the classic lineage of knowledge. Socrates was the teacher of Plato, who was in turn the teacher to Aristotle. By casting himself as Plato, Jay-Z implies that he carries on Biggie's wisdom and is built on it, just as Plato expanded upon Socratic philosophy. This self-mythologizing reinforces Jay-Z's status as a hip-hop philosopher, a thinker beyond just a lyricist. M.F. Doom's Figaro contains this complex couplet. Everything that glitters ain't fish scale, let me think, don't let her faint, get Ishmael. The first line plays on the famous Shakespearean proverb from The Merchant of Venice, all that glitters isn't gold. Doom replaces gold with fish scale, a slang term for high-quality cocaine, suggesting that not everything that looks valuable is genuine or pure. The second line is even more layered. Ishmael is the narrator of Moby Dick, and his opening line, Call Me Ishmael, is one of the most famous in literature. The connection between fish scale, oceans, and fishing, and Ishmael reinforces the Moby Dick illusion. The biblical Ishmael, son of Abraham, was cast in exile, possibly reflecting MF Doom's own status as an outsider in the rap game. Doom's lyrics are filled with such dense, interwoven references, making his music a goldmine for literary and philosophical analysis. On Zealots, Wyclef raps, I haunt MCs like Mephistopheles, bring swords of Damocles. Mephistopheles is a demon from Faust, a literary character who tempts Faust with ultimate knowledge and power at the cost of his soul. Wyclef uses this to suggest that he is a terrifying figure to other rappers, tempting them, but ultimately leading them to ruin. The Sword of Damocles is a classical Greek story where Damocles, a courtier, envies the power of a ruler. The ruler lets Damocles sit on his throne, but suspends a sword above his head by a single thread, demonstrating the constant danger that comes with power. Wyclef warns his rivals that their position at the top is precarious, and he is the one ready to cut the thread. Nas is famous for using allegory to discuss political and societal issues. One of his most brilliant conceptual tracks is I Gave You Power, in which he raps from the perspective of a gun. Always I'm in some shit, my abdomen is the clip, the barrel is my dick, uncircumcised, pull my skin back and cock me, I bust off when they unlock me. This song aligns closely with the ideas of Frantz Fanon, the revolutionary thinker and author of The Wretched of the Earth. Fanon examined how colonialism and systemic oppression dehumanize people, reducing them to tools of violence. In Nas's song, the gun, the ultimate instrument of violence, is given its own voice, illustrating how systemic violence perpetuates itself through the very objects designed to enforce it. The song also critiques America's obsession with firearms, a topic that Fanon touched upon when discussing how violence is ingrained in colonial societies. The gun in Nas's narrative doesn't want to kill, but it's forced to by its wielder, mirroring how individuals in violent environments often feel trapped by their circumstances. Kool AD says, I'm in outer space reading Frankfurt school treatises that curl the common man into fetuses. Nietzsche told me the nostrils were the geniuses. This bar references two major intellectual movements, the Frankfurt School and Nietzschean philosophy. The Frankfurt School is a bunch of 20th century German thinkers, including Theodor Adorno and Max Hockenheim, known for critiquing mass culture, capitalism, and authoritarianism. Their work suggests that societal structures manipulate and pacify the common people, hence curl the common man into fetuses. Kool AD uses this reference to imply he sees through these manipulations, absorbing high-level philosophy that most people ignore. The Nietzsche line refers to a passage in Ecce Homo, where Nietzsche cryptically claims, my genius is in my nostrils. This could reference his keen intuition or sensitivity to truth and deception. It's an unusual but fitting choice for a rapper like Kool AD, who often blends philosophy with humor and absurdity. If you got this far, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. Rap and philosophy are two of my absolute favorite things. So hopefully this is a set of ideas you guys haven't came across before. I really enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.